Hi, you guys. Hey there. Come on in, everybody. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, you guys. Let me get us up here and see if I can see myself streaming in Unique in the Creek on YouTube. I'm hoping. Hang on just a second. Welcome, everybody. Hi. Happy Halloween, you all. We have a really fun project for us tonight. Really fun project. So I'm hoping that you guys can join me. I can see I'm on YouTube. Super duper, super duper. I'm a little crooked though. I got myself a little crookedness going on. Hang on, I got some crookedness. We don't need any crookedness, do we? All right, looks like we're good. Looks like everything's visible here for you all. We are going to do a really fun winterscape tonight, and we're going to use two of the Unique in the Creek wreath frames. So I am on YouTube, so if you're on Facebook, come on over to YouTube and say hi so I can see everybody's on there. Maybe if there's not a lot of people on YouTube, I'll switch over to Facebook, but we'll see. So the first one we're going to use tonight, actually we're going to use them together, is we're going to use the cane wreath frame, and we're also going to use the small flower board. Now this is one that I had used previously. I had glue on it, but it doesn't matter because this is going to be covered up anyways, okay? So I'm going to start by showing you how I loaded the cane board, and we're going to load the small flower board afterward together, okay? Now this also might be a little bit long-winded tonight, you all, because I have a lot to do with this little tablescape here. So bear with me, if you will. Hey Sandra, how are you? So we've got the cane board, and what I've done is I've loaded every other set on the outside. So row number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, or 13, and 14. So we do have one together, 13 and 14 here, okay? No big deal. So on row number 1, I've got both of these loaded, okay? So here's the back. We're loading this one and this one. And then at the other end of the board on row 14, we're going to load here and here. All right, we've just used that center hole twice, and then we've done the outside and the inside. So it looks like this. Row number 1 has 2 sets in it. Row number 2 is to the inside. Number 3 outside. Number 4 inside, outside, inside, outside, all the way down through, including row number 14, which has 2 pipe cleaners. Pipe cleaner, pipe cleaner. So we've used the center hole twice, and then on the back. So if anybody wants to screenshot that, you can screenshot that in row number 1 through 14. Okay, that's how we've done that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this to this. Okay, I'm going to see if I can flip on over to Facebook, y'all. See how many are on Facebook. So give me just a sec. I want to catch those guys over there too. So let's just see if we can't catch ourselves on Facebook so I can say hi to everybody tonight, right? Let's see what we got here. Come on in, Facebook. There we go. Okay, we do. We've got some people on Facebook. Now, I know it's Halloween tonight, and everybody might be out doing their thing with their Halloween peeps, and that's totally cool. I get it. No big deal. But we're still going to have fun in here tonight, right? Okay, so hey there, Donna. Hey, Shirley. How are you? So on row number 15 here, I have 2 little marks to the outside of the cane, okay? So here's the candy cane. Right here on the outside, these 2, I'm going to attach this guy with. So you're going to pick any set of the second row in. All right, you can pick any one of these guys on the second row in, any one. I've chosen these 2. And I'm going to attach it right here. So let me bring you guys in. I'm going to attach this on row number 15, all right? So I'm going to almost align these 2 holes with these 2 holes. They're not going to quite line up, you guys, but they're going to be good enough. And then these holes here, from whatever 2 I pick, I can pick these 2, I can pick these 2, I can pick these 2, any one on the second row and then the outside row. So 1 and 2 you can use. So I'm going to line these holes up with my number 15 two outside holes. I'm kind of lining them up, okay? Like I said, kind of. And then I'm going to take these two pipe cleaners and put them through here because I want to attach this board to this board, okay? That board to that board. Yes, the replay will be on UITC Creek, so that'll be super good. So then we're going to put these two pipe cleaners through here. And then that's kind of going to line those up, okay? And then I'm going to line these guys up down here. Okay. And then we're going to take a long zip tie and we're going to zip tie through here. Okay. And everything will line up perfectly, but the goal is just to get these guys so that they don't go anywhere, okay? All right, so we've got that in there. So we're just attaching the cane board to the small flower board. Alrighty, that's how we're going to start this whole thing out. And then I've taken the zip ties on row 14 and put them with the corresponding holes on the outside ring of the small board right here. All right, so we've got these connected the way we need them. All right, now there's not going to be anything super heavy on these, so I think they're going to be good the way they are. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put the rest of our zip ties around the outer ring of this small board. Okay? This is going to be lots of fun when we're done, and as soon as I get this loaded, I'll show you some of the pretties that we're going to be working with, okay? So we're using the small flower board, and we're going to put a zip tie on every single outer hole. All right? Every single outer hole on this. Hi, everybody. Happy Halloween. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Debbie. How are you guys? So I wanted to do these pipe cleaners for you guys ahead of time, but then I knew it would be way too confusing to see how I was attaching this board to this board, okay? So that's why we're going to take a little extra time tonight to put these zip ties in, and you guys are going to have to just bear with me for a little bit longer while we put the zip ties in. I know, I call them zip ties. You know I'm using pipe cleaners, but I use a lot of zip ties on these boards. But you'll just have to hang in because I know this is the boringest part, right? The boringest part is putting all your zip ties or your pipe cleaners in. But you know what? Hey, it's Halloween night. What else have we got to do? Let's just keep each other company. Well, you all are probably handing out candy. So you're probably busy up getting that doorbell. So if you're up busy getting those little trick-or-treaters, have no fear. We will be streaming this on a replay on YouTube. So you can catch that for sure. But you're going to want to see this finished, you all, because I've had this vision in my mind. And I thought, let's give it a shot, all right? Let's just give it a shot. So we might be making a few adjustments as we go. But I promise we're going to get it right. And it's going to look really pretty when we're done. Right? So I wanted to find a new way to use the cane board, not just a candy cane, right? Because everybody can do a candy cane. But we're going to take these two, melt them together, and come out with something just a little bit different, okay? I promise ya. So how's everybody doing tonight? UITC Creek YouTube page, Tina Kelly, thank you. Hi, Judy Baker. Hi, YouTube people. Hi, everybody out there on YouTube. I think most people tune in here on Facebook for these lives. I could be wrong, but for me anyways. And so I thought I better switch on over here to YouTube and get my peeps. Okay, so we're all the way around. I got one more to do. We're all the way around row number 1 on the small flower board. Okay. Gets a little confusing, but you'll see it makes sense afterwards. Okay, so this is what we have. Let me get this out a little bit. So candy cane board, small flower board. We have, I'm going to recap. We've done the every other inside row on the cane board and every other outside. Well, by inside, I'm using these guys, all right? So I did not take these and move them to the outside of the board. I'm using the holes there. So every other on the outside and then every other on the inside up to row 14. On row 15 is where we attached these two boards together. okay? Alrighty, so that's what we have so far. So with that being said, this is going to be a winterscape, kind of like a winter snowscape. So in order to accomplish the winter snow scene, I am going to use a 10.5-inch snowball mesh, and I'm going to use a 21.5-inch just regular poly deco white mesh. Now let me tell you why I did this. I would have preferred a 21-inch roll of this, right? If you've got the snowdrift or snowflake or whatever kind of this mesh you want to use, the cotton ball mesh, whatever you call it, I would prefer to use a 21-inch piece of this. But since I did not have a 21-inch roll of it, I'm going to use this for the top row, the top layer, and then this is going to be the under layer. And I'm doing that so that this is nice and full. If I tried it just using this and it was not quite as full as I wanted it, so I'm going to put this underneath and this on the top, and we're going to pull them together. Alrighty, so let me show you how we do that. Let's open this up. So for those of you that have never pulled two together, it's really kind of like pulling one together. You just put the smaller one on top of the bigger one, crunch it together, and start. I'm going to do poofs all the way around here. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get that going. Oh, and I want to share what else we're going to use. Okay, so this is going to be our main attraction today. Look at this guy. This is going to go in our tablescape. Look how cute he is. So we're going to use him. Now, I got this guy at a thrift store. So, right, there's not another one of these. I got him at a thrift store. We're also going to be using, these are beautiful poinsettias. Now, they're made of felt. I did not make them. These came from, oh gosh, these came from Walmart back quite a few years ago, you guys. And there are coordinating balls, Christmas balls. These are also from Walmart quite a few years ago. So these are going to be the main, well, one of the main focuses on our winterscape, okay? And we're going to add some ribbons. We're going to add some pine cones, and these are the ribbons that I've chosen. Now, I purposely chose two 1.5-inch ribbons because I'm trying not to cover up all of our winter snow, okay? I could have used a 2.5 and a 1.5, but I chose to use the smaller because I kind of want that snow to shine through on here. Already, this one came from Joann's back years ago. I don't know if they have it this year. It was years ago. And this, I'm not sure. I know Laurie has some of this in a different color. I'm not sure if she carried the red or not. I don't remember where I got this, but those are the two that we're going to use. Okay, so let's get this going. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Very cute snowman. I know, right? Hi, Ruth. So I'm going to take this, and this is the top side. This is the underside. And I'm just going to hold this and drop it directly in front of me. Right? I just dropped it on the floor directly in front of me. This is the top side. I'm going to do the exact same thing with the 10-inch mesh. Okay, with the 10-inch mesh. So I'm going to take this part right here, which is the top, and I'm just going to put it kind of in the middle of that, and I'm going to drop that as well. All right, so both of these are dropped in front of me, and I'm going to work with this just like this. And I'm going to start this just like we do any other poof mesh wreath that I make. So I'm just going to gather these together, gather my end together. Okay, and I'm going to use 8-inch poofs on this, 8-inch poofs. And I am going to start I think I'm going to start on the middle. I'm not in the middle, but I'm going to start on the inside here, and then I'm going to go, actually, let's see, how do I want to do that? I'm going to go, let's see, I'm going to start on the outside. I have to make up my mind for me. It doesn't mean, you can start on the inside or the outside, but I'm going to start, I'll start on the inside. So I got this inside one here, and I'm just going to open the inside ones up so that it's ready for me to put my mesh in. And get these outside ones out of your way so that you don't grab one of these and one of these by mistake. So get these guys out of the way. If you're working with the inside, get the outside ones out of your way, okay? So I'm going to work right here. And I'm going to start with this probably about, I don't know, a 2 or a 3 inch tail. And then I'm going to measure from here, which is where I'm grabbing it, right here. And I'm going to measure 8 inches, okay? So I have a ruler right here. And I'm going to measure 8 inches. After I pull it, I'm going to gather this with my hand. Hang on to it tight here. I'm going to gather it with my hand. Both layers. I'm gathering both layers. And I'm going to pull it pretty tight. So it's like this. So I got the tail here. And I got like this. This part I want to be 8 inches. So I'm going to go 28 down to 20. And that's my 8 inches. I'm going to fold it in half, just like that. And then I'm going to grab this bottom tail in my hands, and that's going to be my very first poof, right there. Okay? And I'm going to take this and give it a twist, a good one, because this is nice and thick, you guys. And then what I kind of want this snowball mesh over the top of this just plain Jane mesh, right? Because this is meant to be like a snowball. This is going to be a snowscape, all right? So we've got number 1 done, and we're going to move on to the inside, row number 2, and that is every other. Actually, this is 1 and 2, so we started 1, 2, and then 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so we did this first part has got 2 pipe cleaners, and then we've gone on to row 2 here. So row 1 and row 2, and then row 4, row 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, so I'm going to gather it again just like this, 8 inches from here to here. So let's get it where I can measure it. 8 inches, 20, right there. And then I'm going to put my hand under both of these, both pieces of mesh, all right? Because I like to fan my hands like this underneath so it opens up my poof for me so I can see exactly what I'm doing under here, okay? So I can just open that all up, open this guy up too, and put it in my second pipe cleaner. So this is row number 2, right here, row number 2. Give it a nice twist. I like to bring that down close to my board, give it a good twist. I'm going to kind of, this is the plain Jane one, I'm going to kind of tuck it up underneath the snowball because I want that snowball to show, right? Now, if you have the 21-inch snowball mesh, you do not need to double up, right? You do not need to double up if you have a 21-inch snowball mesh. I just doubled up because I didn't have the 21-inch, and I thought there was going to be way too sparse for me if I just used the 10-inch mesh, okay? So we're going back down into 8 inches again. And I'm using 8 inches, you guys, because I think that 10 inches would be just overpowering for this. So I'm only going to use the 8-inch poofs on this. That's why I chose to use the 8-inch. All right. And so when you use both of these, it's pretty thick, and you are going to take a little extra time in maneuvering your mesh. It's not poof, poof, poof. You've got to take a little bit more time to gather all of this up and then get it where you need it to be. So we're going to do 8 inches again, 8 inches again. Oops, it's got me. Woo, got me. And then we're going to go right around the horn just like this into, this is row number 6. Like that, and then poof them out, and we're going all the way in the inside. We're going to go all the way on the inside, and when we come down here, we're going to start going to the outside of here and back up the outside of our candy cane. That's how this is going to work. So I'm going to maneuver this so it's a little bit easier for me to get it situated here around that candy cane curve, right? Around the cane, I call it candy cane, it's a cane. And once you get your first few poofs in, you probably won't have to measure. If you can just kind of keep them in line here, you'll be pretty good. It'll save you a little bit of time so you don't have to measure all of this every time. If you're not comfortable not measuring it every time, by all means, measure it, right? Nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to measure it. I'm going to just use my eyeballs and see what I've got here, and it all looks pretty good. It doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. We're going to be putting other stuff in here. All right, so we're still on the inside of the candy cane. Alrighty. This is going to be adorable when we're done. Absolutely adorable. Hey, Jackie Fernandez. Hey, Judy, you parked your car. Super duper. Thank you for parking your car. Glad you're back safe, Jackie. Missed you. All right, so give it a nice turn. So see how full this is? Beautifully full. Beautifully full. And don't worry if this one doesn't stay in the middle of this one, right? Because your 10 inch is probably not going to stay in the middle of your 21 inch. Just continue to gather it as you do, and it'll all work out, okay? And get these opened up underneath and stick them right in there. Oh, that looks like it's a little bit more than 8 inches, so I'm going to take that, suck that right back down in just a little bit. And you want to make sure that your mesh doesn't get flipped so that this is on the bottom. You don't want that. You want to make sure that this always stays on top. Your snowball mesh always stays on top, because that's what we want to see. All right, so I'm here on row number 12. Row number 13 is the outside of the candy cane, so I'm going to go from row number 12 to my first row on the outside of the round board. So I'm going to make the transition from the cane board to the round board now. Once I make my way around there, then I'm going to go all the way around and then back up the outside of the candy cane, all right? So it doesn't matter if you start on the inside or the outside, you're still going to end up fine. You'll end up either, doesn't matter which way you go. Whatever is comfortable for you, okay? Whatever's comfortable. All right, so we're going to make this transition now right down into that round board. And once we get this part done, the rest is all fun, right? You got to get that base down first, and then you can have some fun with the decorating. It's kind of like putting your Christmas tree up, where you got to get that tree up and put together if it's artificial, and if it's a real one, you've got to get it in the water, and you got to, blah, 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 blah. You got to do all that stuff. It's the same thing with wreath making, right? We got to get this all based in here, and then we can start with the decorations, right? Hey, Tina Kelly. Yes, please go follow me on my page, Kathy Diaries, you guys. All right, so here's the cane board going right down in now, going right down into my very first pick planer on the round board. So I'm going to move this around for me so I can bring it around comfortably, all right? I'm going to move this around, and now I'm going to start in this direction. So while I'm starting, I'm going counterclockwise. Y'all can go clockwise, but I'm going counterclockwise. It's just the way this is, because I started on the inside of the board. And I'm going to make sure that that transition is about the same as here. All right, tighten that up, and there we go. This is going to be super cool when we're done. Wait till you see what we're going to do here, you guys. This is a super cool thing. Now, what would make this extra super cool? If you want to do an extra super cool one of these, you can make this lighted. You can light this up. All right, you can light this up if you want to. I didn't have an extra set of lights. I just used my last lights the other day, and I didn't have an extra set, but boy, would this be pretty, I think, lit up. All right, so here we go. I'm going to move it again because I'm going around the horn here. We're going around the horn. And I've got every pipe cleaner on the outside row of the small flower board. All right? Did you hear Laurie say she didn't have a small flower board anymore? This might be an old one if she's not doing small flower board anymore. I thought I heard that, but I could be wrong. All right, so here we go. We're making all these the same size. And these are about 8-inch poofs, okay? About 8-inch poofs. I don't think they need any more than 8 inches. I think that's probably enough for this. But y'all can do 10 if you want. Whatever floats your boat, right? It's your wreath, your boat. So there we go. And this, I know it looks really weird now, but it'll look exactly how I want it to look when we're done. Hopefully this doesn't take more than one roll of mesh. I didn't do the entire, I played around with the cane part of it, but I did not play around and do the entire boardscape here. So, well, if it does, we have extra. So we'll grab some extra. All right, still going around the outside of this, and I've still got this on top and the 21 inch on the bottom, right? That's how we want it to be. Small board still available. Okay, good. Good, good, good. I don't know why I thought I heard that. I must be hearing things. Alrighty, just gonna open these up. This is gonna be super duper cute. Super cute when we're done. There's that one. Just take your time. Get everything prettied up the way you like it. So it's going to look like snow, right? This looks like snow through here. Use your imagination, people. Use your imagination. It's going to look like snow. Now, probably if you wanted to, you could get away with every other hole on the small board. Right? You could probably do every other hole, but I didn't. I just decided go big or go home, right? That type of thing. So that's what I did. I like things nice and full, you know? I don't want to skimp on any of this. So far we got a cane board, we got a small board, and we've got 21 inch mesh, and we got 10 inch mesh. Well, this might be 10 and a half, 10 and a half, I'm not sure which one yet. I didn't really read the outside, I just knew it was the smaller mesh. And we're doing 8 inch poofs. So you're gonna see we're gonna have an open space in here, right? Kind of open. By the time we get done, it'll be a little bit open, not huge, but a little bit. Turn these over, make sure that these are flipped the way that I need them to be. Like I said, this is the boringest part, but it's going to be well worth it when we're done. So we're coming back around our circle, making sure that my mesh is still correct in front of me. So if you see me looking down this way, I'm just making sure that this 10 inches over the top of the 21 inch and not making a mess down below me. I'm kind of keeping them in order, keeping them in line. Right? We don't want to go off the rails on this. 8 inch poofs. Yep, we've got 8 inch poofs going here. Okay, we just got a few more of these for the outside row here, and then we're going to go down the outside of the candy cane. On in there, open this up, turn this again my way. Going to be a lot of twisting and turning of your board so that you can angle it. It is for me anyways. I'm left-handed. Whether that makes any difference, I don't know. But sometimes us left-handed people do everything backwards. You know how that goes. Alrighty, so there we go. I'm going to put this in and then turn it one more time so I can get this spot here. And then we just have to go down the other side of the candy cane. All right. Turn it the other way now. Okay. So you got this part of the board, of the round board left, and then we're going to take and come down the outside of the cane board. Now I know this is hard to see because there's a lot of mesh here, you guys. But when I get done, hopefully I remember. Sometimes I say I'm going to do things when I get done and then I forget. When I get done, I'll turn this over again so you all can see. When I get done with the mesh, so you all can see how the backside looks, okay? I'm just kind of bringing my snow out here, okay? All right, so I got 2 more left on the round board. And I'm going to head on down the cane. And you're probably going to use just about all, if not all, of your mesh on both rolls, on both the 21-inch and your 10-inch, okay? So one more zip tie here. You know what I mean, pipe cleaner. Go along with me, y'all. Go along with me. One more pipe cleaner on the round board, and then we're going down the outside of the cane. We're really just bordering. We're making a border for our winterscape. Okay, so that's that. So now if you can see, we've got the whole outside of the cane to go. So there's the upside, and then there's makes our curve over here, and then we'll go down the rest of it. And you're like, this is just a weird thing. Well, it looks a little weird, but I promise you. Okay, so look what we got. So I've gone from the round board now to my next pipe cleaner, which is that side of my board. This starts on row 3 right here, coming up my cane board. All right, let me get this straightened out here. We want everything to be the way it's supposed to be here. And we're going to try to get right into an 8-inch poof. Take that down a little bit so I don't want it to stick up too much there. And I have cut a lot of ribbon. We are going to use ribbon on this, you guys. And how many I need is yet to be determined. I think I cut about 22 of them or 24 of them. And I'm not sure if we're going to use them all or not. So I'd have to give you that final ribbon tail count when we got done. All right. So work in progress. We are making a winterscape, Mary. A snowman winterscape. Okay? A snowman winterscape. That's what we're making. And we're just laying the snow down right now. We're putting the snow down. Yes, we are. Okay, so we're going up the outside of our candy cane now. We've only got a few more to go here, not too many more. Thank you all for being patient. I appreciate that. With this, there's a lot of twists here. A lot of poofs. We'll be all poofed out by the time we're done, aren't we? Make sure these are prettied up there. Okay, looking good. Alrighty, so we're coming around the top part of the candy cane. You're like, why is she making everything so complicated? Because I've tried to do something different for you guys. That's why. You're like, can't you do something easy that we can follow? Well, next time I'll do something easier. How about that? I'm just trying to give you some different ideas, you know. Looks like we're going to have a little bit left here, so you're not going to quite use the entire roll of your mesh. All right. About 8-inch poofs. Tie them right in there, just like that. Looking good. See how full that is? I just love, love, love it. Now we can push these back so we can get our cane hoop here, you know, our cane loop. I guess it wasn't so much that I needed it to absolutely look like a candy cane. It didn't have to look like a candy cane. You know what I mean? I just like this curve down through here. So we're on our end of the cane, the very last pipe cleaner on the outside, row number 1. This is where we're probably going to start ending this. That. Right now, let me see how I want to end this. Yep, I'm gonna let that just like that. Okay, so that was the very last pipe cleaner on the end of the outside of the candy cane. So I'm gonna cut this off. I'm gonna cut this off, oh, probably 2 or 3 inches. All right, because we're done. And I'll show you how much we had left. This is how much we have left, hardly none in there. All right, and hardly none on this one too. Let me roll this up. That's what we have left. So it looks like a little more because this is fluffy, but you don't have that much left. All right, so that's that. So I'm going to take this tail now, right here. I'm going to undo that very last pipe cleaner that I just had, and I'm going to tuck my tail under. And I'm just going to, well, no, maybe I'm not going to do that. Let me see. I'm not going to do that. I lied. So I'm going to stick that here, and then probably just stick that underneath like that. All right, so there's what we have. So here's our candy cane. It stops here, and we go into the round small board. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm not going to add any more mesh, obviously, because this is really thick and really puffy. I'm going to start adding some ribbon. I'm going to start adding some ribbon on this. So let's do it. I cut all of my ribbon 12 inches, okay? All of it 12 inches. Alrighty, let's get this here. All right, and I'm just going to start and kind of go all around the candy cane here, all around it. Now let me bring out this guy here, because for those of you that have watched me before, I have this yoga mat on here. This is rubber, and if you try to do your scrunching on rubber, it doesn't work. You need something that's smooth, so that's why I bring out a piece of this cardboard, and it makes it smooth for me. So I'm going to crisscross probably these guys. I think we're going to do a crisscross one this time. All right, so both of these are 12 inches, and I think I'm going to put them in just like that. All right, let me see what I think. So I'm going to just start with the outside and put them here and see what I'm thinking. All right, this is where I thought I was going to probably make up my mind afterwards what I wanted to do. If I wanted to make them like this, which is they kind of crisscross all over, or did I kind of want to bring them out maybe a little bit like that. I think I'll keep them out like that. All right, so if I'm going to keep them out like that, so I've got the red on the bottom. You can switch it between the red on the bottom, green on the top, vice versa, or keep it the same way all the way around. I'm going to keep it the same way all the way around, the red on the bottom and the green on the top. All right, so red on the bottom, green on the top, and then I'm just going to take this one and I'm going to put this about 1/4 inch up my ribbon, just like that, and then I'm going to do this, and that separates the whole thing for me. And then I'll put it in the very next one. All right, so we're going to put ribbon around this. I like to untie my pipe cleaners. Right, we're not going to be using any flex tubing or anything with this, okay? So I kind of want this to ride around the outside of my cane. So see how this is? It's on the outside here. And then when we do the inside, we'll have it puffing up over a little bit, all right? So that's what we're doing now, is adding all of our ribbons. And again, I'm just going to take these at 12 inches. I've got 12-inch ribbons. And then we're going to go about 1/4 inch up this one, just like that. And what that does is automatically separates this for me. So see that? See how they're separating already? They've already done that. So that saves me a step of going through and separating all of these ribbons. All right, so we have a lot of ribbon work to do here, but that's okay because I think this is going to be worth it in the end, you guys. So I'm going to take these now and I'm going to tie these off because anything else that we put in there now, we're going to be gluing in. All right, so I'm going to give these 2 or 3 twists, and then we're going to come around later and we're going to cut these off. because the rest of what I have planned for this is all going to be glued. Alrighty? So, put this there, put that there, and I didn't count my twists yet, so I wasn't able to count exactly how many ribbons we're going to use. Oh, and I'm supposed to lift this up so you can see the back. Let me do that right now, because I always said I was going to do it and I forgot to do it for you guys. So let me lift it up. You can look at the back where I've got all of my zip ties, okay? So, this is what it looks like. So there's the cane wreath right there. And this is down to row 14, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is 14 here. This is 14, I think. 14 or 15. And then there's that. All right, that's what the back looks like. Alrighty, so now we're going to go around. I'm going to finish putting this wonderful ribbon in here. This is a big piece, you guys. This is going to be a big piece, a big tablescape. And I think it's going to be really super pretty when we're done. Something different. Yep, something different for sure. Maybe it won't be too long. I think after we get the ribbon in, the rest of it will go good because I have pretty big objects now to put in here. Pretty big objects to put in, so I think it'll go pretty good. I just hate to keep you guys real long, you know. I know it gets boring. It's like, oh my God, is she running fast? Make it boring. But hey, like I said earlier, it's Halloween. Just go with the flow tonight, right? Go with the flow. And we're going to hope I have enough ribbon. If I don't, then I've got a way to figure it out. I only had one roll of each. But if I don't, then I have some fillers here that I can use. So we'll see how that goes. Alrighty. But I did cut like almost all of these almost you're going to cut like all of your ribbon on your roll. Put this in here. I did have some 2.5-inch ribbon pulled out, but like I said, I wanted to make sure that I didn't cover too much of our snow up, right? Because the whole idea behind this is a snowscape, a table snowscape. So I figured if you cover up the snow, like, where's the snow? Like, it can't be a table snowscape if I don't have any snow. So, oh, this one's much longer. What do I do with this? Or is this one much shorter? That one might be the short one. Yeah, I did cut one short. We'll put him aside for a little bit. He was a shorty. He was a shorty. And we'll run around here. And then we'll add our beautiful decorations. Now, you can probably get by with almost every other piece here, but I'm doing every one because I think it'll look good. So do you all get trick-or-treaters, or do you guys like not get a lot of trick-or-treaters, or have you had a lot of trick-or-treaters? I know my grandkids are going out there in North Carolina, and they said that it was rainy there. Like, oh dear, don't you remember when you were a kid and it was raining and you're trying to trick or treat, right? It's like, oh, what a bummer. People would drop their kids off in cars. She would drop their kids. Oh, this is looking super good. They would drop their kids off in cars because it was too. Hey, Nancy James. Oh, thank you, Miss Sharon. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you watching. And hi, YouTubers. Anybody on YouTube out there? Hello, hello. I am on taking. I can see my Facebook comments. I am not on looking. I'm not looking at the YouTube comments. But hello, hello. Anyways, and thank you for watching. I do appreciate you. Alrighty. Alrighty, we're making it work here. Woo! I'm so excited. Look at so far. Look at so far. Woo! Isn't that pretty? Right? So we're getting there. Getting there. I hope I got enough. So we're going to be putting some big poinsettias in. So if I find that I am lacking of little bits of ribbon, then I will take the ribbon out of where we're going to put the poinsettias. We'll rob Peter to pay Paul, right? There's always a solution for that. Prettiness, prettiness. It's snowing in Michigan. No way. Is it time to snow in Michigan? Well, what is it? It's almost November, you guys. I forget. Because for those of you that don't know, I live in Florida. And I forget that you all get, that other people get this cold weather. You know, you think because you live here and there's no snow going down that other people aren't having snow. But they are. They are having snow. So. Alrighty. It's probably could get away with every other. Just thinking. I'm probably not going to have enough for all of the outside and the inside. I think I'll start doing every other. I think I'm going to do every other. I think I'm going to do that, you guys. Hang on. I'm going to make a little adjustment here and do, I think, every other one of these because I think I'm going to be a little light on the old ribbon here. And then we'll just kind of, the middle part here, we'll stretch these guys out to their maximum, right? And then we'll put some other stuff in there. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going every other on the outside, unless you have, if you have 2 rolls of each of these ribbons, you can go every, but I only got 1 roll of each, so I'm going to be a little more cautious here and just do the every other on the outside. Let's make a quick change here while I can, okay? But I'm still going to do these up because we are going to fill these other spots in with some other stuff. So, and then I think these guys got a little room to breathe, right? Then they're not crowding each other, right? They need to probably breathe just a little. So, give them a little breathing room. I think that's what we'll do. And I'm still going to twist these off because... like I said, I'm going to be gluing other stuff in there, so. Oh, good. Look at the ribbon it gave us. Woohoo! Gave us lots of ribbon. Lots of ribbon to work with. And then we'll just open these guys up a little bit and voila! Voila! Okay. Take this guy out. And put him in the next one. All right, here we go. Super good. And we'll just carry on with our bad selves, right? There we go. And make these guys look pretty. Spread them out. There we go. And this is going to be a big one. And I say tablescape because it literally is going to be like landscaping on your table. So we're down to every other twist on our tablescape. Okay? Oops, I'm getting out of focus here. There we go. I want you all to be able to see me. Your husband slipped on the deck this morning. Oh no, Nancy, that's terrible. I'm sorry. That's the hazards of living in the cold weather. I remember up there one time, you guys, I was, because we used to live in upstate New York, which is like the Adirondacks, right? And I remember going to the grocery store, and I was getting out of my car, and, you know, you kind of have like that black, it's just that hard freeze of ice and snow in the parking lots. Well, I have an SUV, and I stepped out of my SUV, and my feet went right out from underneath me. Thank God I didn't hit my head, but I thought I broke my arm. I stood up and I just held my arm thinking, oh no, you're kidding. You know, I probably broke my arm, but I didn't. So I guess the hazards is up there. This is a snowscape. This is a snow tablescape. A snow tablescape. That's what we're making. And you'll see why in a little bit. Once we get done putting these ribbons on, you'll see why it's going to be a snow tablescape. And you can see already because we already have our snow on here. This is a snowball mesh. It is a 10-inch snowball mesh or snow drift mesh or whatever you call it. And so that's what we're using here on this is our snowball mesh with an underneath 21-inch regular, just a regular deco mesh underneath. All right, so when I get this part done, I'll hold this up. And then you can see what we've done. And I might just, I don't know, I'm trying to see if I'm going to do the inside or not, how much I want to show. Okay, so we're coming in now. We're coming into the inside of our candy cane here, our cane frame. So we've gone around the outside. Now I'm working my way on the inside of the cane frame, and then I'm probably going to put some more on the inside of the round small flower board frame. Okay. Alrighty, I think I've got one more to go. So there's this one and this one. Yeah, this is it for this, and then I'm going to do the inside of the round board, and that'll be it for the ribbons. So that worked out okay, right? Once we did every other, that worked out pretty good. So this one's going to have to face the inside. This one's going to face the inside. And when I hold it up, then you can actually see what it's starting to look like. All right, this will be the last one for there. Let's kind of get this opened up just a little bit so that it looks pretty. That like that, get that like that, and that like that. Okay, so this is what we have. So here, right? So here is the cane. It goes, so right there's the top of the candy cane. So it goes from here around into the round board. So we're going to put some, some on these every others. On this one, we're going to put the ribbon in facing the other direction. Okay. So now where I didn't put the ribbon in between is going to go in this way. Alrighty. Just on the round. Oh, there's that little one again. I'm going to put him over there. I keep picking him up, but he's probably an inch shorter. I wasn't sure if I was going to do 11 or 12 inches, but all of our ribbon is 12 inches long. Right, so now we're going to start here and bring these to the inside. Just kind of a little bit backwards. Right, so I'm facing these this way. Just like that. And then it'll go every other. Because we skipped, remember we skipped every other one on the outside there. Now, the round board, there is no inside and outside. It's just the outside ring of it. So we had to skip every other one so we could take some of these and bring them this way and some of them bring them that way. We're going to pretend that we got 2 rows here. We're going to pretend. Okay, and I'm going to, remember, I'm going to twist these about 3 or 4 times because I'm all done putting stuff in there in my pipe cleaners. Okay. And that's how that looks, just like that. We're facing inside our wreath frame. And I'm untwisting my pipe cleaner every time I put these in here. Now you don't have to. I just prefer to do that. I prefer to untwist my pipe cleaner when I add something in there. So, but it's a personal preference. If you don't want to, you don't have to. All right, a few more left, and then that's going to be it for the ribbon part of this. And then we're going to start adding some goodies in here. Face that in. That. And open these up. Just like that. Make these guys go down. Just like that. Alright, we'll turn it around a little bit so I can manage this end of it. So we just got this little bit over here to go. Move this over here so I have a little more space to work with. Okay. And we'll put these in right here. Okay. All right, so we've got we got like 3 or so more ribbons, I think, to put on here. It's not often that we bring our ribbons toward the center of a project, but this time I think it's certainly going to be beneficial to do that. All right, one more, two, let's see, what have I got? One more here. Woohoo! Uh-oh, I got to do one more red one. Well, we'll use that shorty. We'll use that shorty red that we had. How about that? And we're going to stick this right in here. Where's my extra? Right here. All right, so there's that one. Now let me turn it so I can fix that. This one to look pretty as well, right? And those are overlapping just a little, but that's okay. All right, so we've got some of them facing inside and some of them facing outside. So that's what we have so far. So there's the top of the candy cane. It goes around this way and hugs this circle. We kind of close it a little bit here. So there's our cane, right? So you can see really good now. There's the cane, right? There it is. All right, now what we're going to do is, this is how it's going to look, you guys. So we're going to take this guy right here, and he is going to sit right here just like that. He is going to sit right in the middle of that, just like that. Okay, that's how he's going to sit, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these, I'm going to clip these quickly, all of these pipe cleaners that we just twisted off, and we're going to cut them off because everything I have now is going to be glued in. So you're going to want to get your glue gun ready or your glue pot ready if you're going to do this project. Get them all ready because you're going to be gluing some stuff in here, all right? So literally what we're doing, we're just going to take these guys here. So here's a pipe cleaner right here. I twisted it off about 3 or 4 times, and then I'm going to give it about an inch from here to here, and I'm going to cut that off. So I cut off about that much of my pipe cleaner. All right, and we're going to have to fix these guys afterwards, but that's what I do. I go around and cut them off, and then I just take my clips and I roll them around, roll them right down into my mesh. All right, let me bring you in a little closer and I'll show you. All right, so I take this one, twist it off about 3 or 4 times, cut it off about an inch from there to here, and then I take these, I grab onto it and I twist it down into my project. It's going right down into there so nobody can see that afterwards. Okay, that's what I do with all of these pipe cleaners. So that's why when you're done, you're going to want to twist them 3 or 4 times. And I usually go around and clip them all at once. I'll go around and clip them all at once, and then I'll roll them all down at once. And if you go around and do it like that, it doesn't take long at all to get these all done. So I'm going to go around now, and I'm going to clip these guys. Oh, I have an extra here. So, yeah, the outside I didn't put. Okay, so good. That's okay. That's good. Looks good. Alrighty, so have yourself time snipping and clipping. Let's see if I get that right. That's right. And then we're going to add some really, really pretty stuff to all of this. Some more pretty stuff that's going to coordinate with our snowman and our ribbon that we did. Okay. So if I don't clip these now, then and I glue stuff in, then I'll never be able to get back and to clip these. And so it's important that I clip them as I'm going, you guys, okay? I know it's not the funnest thing to watch, and we're going to have to refix our ribbons, but that's okay. So you want to make sure we do a good job here and get it done correctly, right? All right, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So now I'm just going to take my pliers, take these pliers and run around and just start twisting these down. And you're going to be like, oh, it takes a long time. It really doesn't take any time at all, you guys, to do this. Once you get the hang of it, you know, I've done this for so long that it just doesn't take any time to do it. Now, when I used to make wreaths from the beginning, you guys, when I was very new wreath maker, I used pipe cleaners all the time, and this is what I did. On all of the things I made, I had to go around and I had to do all the pipe cleaners. So I'm kind of used to this. Go around the whole wreath. Well, then there was 18 pipe cleaners. There's probably a little more than 18 here. There's probably about, I'm thinking like 24 pipe cleaners or something on this. I have to count them. And we'll just tuck those down, and as I tuck them down, I can come in here and I can kind of straighten out our ribbons just a little bit. And if I find that any of them aren't even, I'm just going to pull on the ribbon until they're evened out. Right? Okay, then we can take these and put them in the garbage because we don't need those. And I'm just going to finish twisting these guys all down under and fixing all of my ribbon because I'm going to want my ribbon where I want it before I start gluing in my stuff, because once you start gluing in the big stuff, you're not going to be able to get underneath here to fix your ribbon the way you want it. So before you glue any big stuff in, you're going to want to, or anything, and you're going to want to make sure your ribbon is all fixed. Let's turn this around. Now there's the back of it. So, right, so the back even looks pretty, right? The back even looks good. Such a cute idea, right? So we have some coordinating poinsettias, and we have some coordinating Christmas balls that we're going to put in here. And then I'm just going to have to see how that's going to work out, where I want to place everything. All right. And then once the snowman gets in there, now I'm not going to glue this snowman in, you guys, because first of all, there's no need to. There's no need to glue that snowman in because, I mean, he can come out. If I wanted to change something in that center there, I could put a great big candle in the middle of there if I wanted to do that. Then, you know, you can interchange things. Once it's glued, it's glued. Once it's glued, it's glued. I know, right, Kathleen? This was like, it's kind of cool just because it's different. And, you know, you just want to kind of do a little bit of different stuff here. Okay, I think I got everything twisted. So now what I'm going to do is just get these ribbons a little bit better. And I'm going to turn him toward me. He's towards me. So I'm going to figure out now where I want to put. Remember, we've got this and we got these. We got these that all coordinate. These are both from Walmart quite a few years ago, you guys. I don't know if they have these. You know it's quite a few years ago because this was $2.98. Now it would probably be like $5 each. So we're going to start placing some of these goodies. I love these. It's a little rusticy. This is rusticy. I love it. And I'm going to just start taking some of this stuff off here. I guess I'll take this off too. There we go. Okay, I just love these. And look how big these are. These have great big stems on them. Now we don't need this big stem. I'm going to cut this off pretty close to the end here because I'm just going to kind of set it down into our tablescape. So let me cut these off. I don't know how many I'm going to use, but I know I'm going to use at least 2 or 3 of them. So I'm going to take them and take my great big cutters because this stem here is pretty thick. And I'm going to use my hands and I'm just going to cut this off here. Like that. And then I'll cut that off. And then I got that. Just like that. And then there's that stem. Okay. So that's that. And I have a whole bunch of them here in my bag. Now, we're not done yet. This end, you guys, I'm going to have a surprise on that end. Wait till you see what I'm going to do with that end. So I got this one. And I've got this one. I'm probably going to use all 3 of those. Right? All right, so let's cut this guy off too. Now, wait till you see what I'm going to do with this end, you guys. I'm not done yet. We're not going to leave that side empty. So, here's what I've got. Now, I got a choice of 2 different things. So, I bought this little tree from the Dollar Tree. It's red and green. And I was going to take this little tree and kind of nestle him up in here somewhere. But now that I see it, might not work because I've got so much mesh in here. So we're going to put that tree on the end there. So this is how this would look. So we've got this guy, and I was going to put that tree there. But I don't think I'm going to put this tree here. I'm going to put a different tree there because I have... my original plan, this was a plan B, this tree. My original tree, let me show you. We're going to take this tree. You guys, this is so big. Everything, this is so big here. So this is that Dollar Tree tree, right? So I'm going to take this, because this will fit beautifully. I'm going to take this tree, and I'm not going to use any of these. And then this is what you have. And so we're going to take this and we're going to make this into something. Now, since this centerpiece is pretty rustic, I want this tree to be a rustic tree. I don't want this to be all glamorous and all just filled with all a bunch of stuff. You know, it doesn't have to look like the tree that we have in our houses. I want this to be kind of a Charlie Brownish kind of tree because it just kind of makes sense to me with this tablescape that this is what this should be, right? It doesn't have to be, you know, a ton of stuff on it. So watch what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to try to get back on here because this is kind of ended. There we go. It says it's ended for me, but I'm going to refresh it. So we're going to pull this all out. You know, all these are nothing special. These trees are twiggy trees. They're just twiggies. I'm just getting myself back up on Facebook. My thing kind of ended here. Okay, so we're going to pull this out. So this is the topper right here. And I probably don't need that. I probably don't need that long of a topper on this. But you just go layer by layer and pull this out to where you want it. All right, so there it is. That's kind of the way the tree is right there. And then we've got this part here, which I'm going to take and I'm going to put it we have to move everything all over you guys because this is big. This is a big tablescape. So this guy is going to go down here on the tip, either here or here, probably right, let me see. No, back here. It's going to go right in here on the end of this. So we've got snowman, we got Christmas tree, and we got all this stuff. Now this I am probably going to glue down on there. I'm probably going to glue in there like that. It's going to stay like that. And I'll hold this all up in a different direction for you guys once I get it all together. All right, so now what I'm going to do is get my ribbons where I need them because I'm going to start placing my big items in here. I'm going to start placing these guys and these guys in, all right? But I do want this guy on here just like that. Get these where I want them. All right, and we also have some pine cones that we're going to put in here. All right, so I'm going to face them towards me so that I can tell where I want my flowers. All right, and then I'll turn them around to you guys when I figure where my flowers are going to be. I know it's not a great view to the back, but you got to bear with me for just a little bit here so I can kind of get these where I think I want them. All right, so I'm going to start with the great big poinsettias here. So we can just take these, they come all shriveled up, you know, and you can get them all prettied out the way that you want them. All right, and now I'm going to decide where I think I want this. So we've got our tree here. I'm probably going to put one right, maybe right in front of the tree or a ball. Let me see. No, definitely not a ball. So it might be one of these. Now I'm just going to set it there for now because I'm not sure exactly where I want them. So if you're not sure exactly where you want them, then you just need to put them there, place them there, and then get your bearings and see if that's what you want before you glue them in, right? Don't glue them if you're not sure that's where you want. So if I put one there, and then we'll open this one up too, nice and pretty. I love that these are felt. I didn't look for these this year, but I don't think that they have these in Walmart. This is a Walmart deal here. So when I get done, you guys, don't go, and I will back the camera up so you can see a really good vision of this, all right? Because I'm a little pressed for space here right now. So it's harder to work and show you what I'm doing. So you can shape these any way you want. I like to put just a little bend in the leaf as opposed to having them all straight out. I like to put a little bend in there. And then I'm probably going to take one, I might put one right in the middle of him because I think that looks really good there. So he's going to have one there. Maybe I'll just do the third here and then just leave the, oh, I got balls to put in. Oh, I got balls to put in. Oh, let me see, there's so many things to put in here. So I'm just going to randomly put some of these in here. And then we'll take some of this stuff off here. And you can use these as ornaments, right? You can use those as an ornament. These are so pretty, but I'm not going to. I'm probably going to put one up under his arm, I think here. And again, I will absolutely turn this so you guys can see, all right? I'm going to put one of these, I think, behind him. I think I'm going to put one behind him. Or maybe that one there. No, I like that there. Maybe not this here. Maybe that one back like that. And put this one here. And maybe that there, I guess, maybe. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful, you guys. This is just beautiful. Okay, so I'm not going to leave this tree like that, you all. I'm not going to leave it like that. But I am going to start gluing it. I am going to glue it to our base here. I'm probably, yeah. So this plastic will not glue well to the plastic on our Unique in the Creek boards, okay? So what you're going to want to do is let me grab a piece. Give me just a second. I'm going to grab a piece of felt and show you what I'm going to do with it, okay? Hang on just a minute. Talk amongst yourself for a second, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Okay, since the plastics don't stick well against each other, now I'm just taking this pink because you're not going to be able to see it, and I'm going to cut a square that's probably about the same width as that, all right? Or a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger. Just a square. Probably like about a 1 by 1, just about a 1 by 1. I got pink. I'm going to take this square and glue it down where I want my tree to be. And then my tree will glue better to the felt than it will the plastic, okay? So let me see about where we want the tree, and then I'll glue this down here. Right about there is good. So I'm going to glue this down onto my board. This will go right on the board, you guys. Right? Just open up what you have here and throw that baby down. And it'll stick right to your board perfectly. So that's where it is, right down in there. I just pulled this apart and stick it there. And then I'm going to put some glue around here and around here because this part will meld to my my deco mesh, all right? But first we'll put some on the bottom and then around the whole thing. And that will hold this, all right? Right in here, just like that. So we'll just kind of put it like a tree skirt around it. So we'll gather all around it and put our tree skirt on there. And that will hold better to the felt. So we're going to give that a minute to sit there because we know he's going to come apart if I start wiggling this all over the place. And if he does come apart, I'll glue it back a little bit later, you guys, when I have a little bit more time to let it sit, okay? Hi, Laurie. Thank you. All right, so now what we're going to do, again, we're going to finish our placements here of our stuff. And so I've got a big poinsettia in front of him because I think he's really cute with the poinsettia there. And I'm going to turn this around. I promise you guys. I'm going to turn this around for you guys. Give me just a minute, though, okay? Just let me get a second. I think I'm going to take this one and put it back here to even this stuff out. Yeah. All right, and then this one's going to go in the back like that. And then we're going to put another Christmas ball right under here like that. And maybe another poinsettia, maybe probably in the back of him, I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm going to start gluing. I know I want this here. So we're going to grab this and just put glue all over the bottom of this. Okay, we're going to stick it right in there. Tuck him right down out in there, okay? Tuck him in there. And I know I want this guy back here, so I'm going to stick him in there. And I'm going to just put glue on the bottom of here. And I can adjust my leaves when I'm done, you guys. I can adjust these leaves. So I'm just going to put him where I want him for now, all right? And remember, get your ribbon where you want it before you start gluing things, because once you start gluing things, they might not be so movable, right? So there's that. I am going to put one of these, another one of these, up in front of my tree. And I think I'm going to put it kind of at an angle. I'm not going to put them out. I'm going to put them at an angle, not like this. And you'll see in a minute, as soon as I get this done. Hang on just a minute, y'all. And I will show you what I'm doing. I know this is hard to follow, you all. This wasn't really a following thing because I knew this was going to be so big on this table, but I said I'm going to do it anyways because I just think it will be kind of fun to do. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take him on an angle, and I'll show you in just a little bit. I got to glue him up really well because he is going to be on an angle. So we're going to put a lot of glue on him and stick him on his side, underneath, kind of underneath the tree. Stuff him in there. So what I did before I put this in there was I fixed my ribbons to look like I wanted them to look. So I'm going to sit it right just like that. And then, you guys, I'm going to decorate this tree just a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Just a little bit. And I've got some pine cones. So let me finish putting these down, and then I'm going to turn this tablescape around toward you guys so you can see what's going on. I'm so sorry that it's so difficult to follow, but this is going to go underneath the arm of our scarecrow here. Just like that. Just like that. And then I'm going to glue this in front of our... did I say scarecrow? You guys, did I just say scarecrow? Oh my gosh, if I did. Our snowman. This is a snowman. It's a snowman. Okay, so I got to pay attention to my ribbons. Before I place this in here, there he goes. Right smack dab in front of our snowman. All right. All right, so here we go. We're coming around. Let's see, I glued this in, I glued that in, I glued this in, I glued this in. Okay, so now I'm going to concentrate on the back a little, and we still have a few pine cones to put in here. So this is our tablescape right here. This is our tablescape. Whoops. There we go. All right, so we have a void kind of in here. There's a little void here. So we're going to take a pine cone, and we're going to put that in there. I have different kinds of pine cones. So I have these pine cones with a little bit of snow on them, which I love. And I might keep this on. I'm not sure. No, I'm not going to. I don't like that leaf, so I'm taking it off. But I am going to take that snowy pine cone and stick him probably in here. Probably right here, I think. So let's see, I think I'm going to put him right here. Just stick just like that because we had an empty space there, so we needed a little something in there, something. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to put something on the back of him because I want this to look pretty from all spaces here, you guys. So we're going to put another ball. I think I have one more. I thought I had one more ball. I do. Got one more ball, maybe in the back of him. Oh, I think it's going to be a poinsettia, actually. So let's get this guy going. I'm going to break him off again with our great big snippers. I got some great big snippers here, and we're going to use these to clip this off with. All right, so we snip that off. Again, these were Walmart, probably 4 years ago or more, I'm thinking. This is going to go behind our snowman now. I'm going to look to the back of this for a little bit and just get this all fixed out. So when I'm done, I'll back the camera up and you can see this in its entirety, okay, you all? I know it's hard to see. And there is a back part of this with that seam, so I'm just going to flip that over so that that doesn't show. We want that to be pretty, right? And once I get these all laid out on this tablescape, I can go back through and make sure every one of these petals is the way that I want them, okay? I'm just going to try to make, you know, sure there's some green showing and some red showing and all of that. And put a little arch in them. Now, if these get to where they need to be steamed, you can steam some of these open if you have to. Well, I can go there like that. All right, so there's that. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. A little wonky, but all right, so we're going to get a little glue on that, and we're going to put that behind him. Now, I know that you all can't see that, but if this is on somebody's table, this is going to look beautiful, both, you know, both in the back and the front. So we're just going to give this a nice big thing of glue on here so that it stays nicely. Okay. And I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you in a minute what we did, okay? All right, now I'm going to grab a couple more pine cones. So I got another pine cone here with this on it. So I'm going to see where I want this to be. And it doesn't always have to be in the front. I'm going to go back here because it needs a little something something back here, I think. So we're going behind as well. And I'll turn this all around when I get done. All right. And then we have bigger pine cones. So I have some bigger pine cones with no white on them. So I need to turn this around toward me again, you guys, so I can see if I need a pine cone here anywhere. Hang on. And then I think we're just about done. Oh, no, we're not. We got to decorate the tree. We're going to decorate the tree in just a minute. Hang on just a minute. We're going to decorate that tree. Let's see here. Yeah, we definitely need something right here beside here. So that'll be maybe another pine cone or something, I think. Let's see. Right, so we have a space right here that's kind of, put another pine cone there maybe. Maybe another little gift or something. Yeah. Let me see. Let me get a couple gifts to put here. I got little gifts I'm going to glue on there. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we got some of these gifts. Now these came from Hobby Lobby, but you can get these, you guys. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. I think has these too, and I'm probably just going to take 3 of these. I'm going to take this hanger thing off because we're not going to hang them. We're just going to glue them, and I'm just going to put them right behind this ball so as to fill in, so it's not quite so bare there. Take this guy off here. All right, and then we're just going to take some glue and glue the bottom of these. I figured not another pine cone because too matchy-matchy, right? So we'll just take those and throw them in there. Glue the bottom of those up. There we go. So we got those in there. That's better. That looks nice. That looks good. All right, so let me see where else I need a little something something. I know it looks pretty good to me. Let's see here. Another pine cone over here, so I think I'm going to use that pine cone right in there. That's kind of on each side of that. That works. Glue these up really good. Let's see, where did I want to put that? I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so now we're going to take this tree and we're going to decorate it just a little bit. I don't want a lot on that tree. Okay, I did buy, these are from Dollar Tree. They're just little balls. These are from Dollar Tree. They're just little balls. And I did buy this gold star from the Dollar Tree that we're going to put on the top of our Christmas tree. Okay. Shoot, my iPad's off. Hang on just a minute. I'm going to see what you guys got going on for questions or whatever here. There we go. Could you place the tree base on your piece of styrofoam and then glue it? Yes, you could. Yeah, you could put a piece of styrofoam down there and absolutely glue it into the styrofoam. Yep, you can. But this is pretty good, you guys. This stays really good now. So this is the top that I'm going to put on here, but I'm going to cut this down a little because this is too big. Too big for our tree topper, so we're going to cut that down and put that on. And again, you guys, think Charlie Brown. This is not going to be, you know, fancy dancy pantsy. It's just going to be a little tree. So I did bring out some white. I have this white garland, I think from Walmart. And I might just end up wrapping it around here ever so simply on this tree. And then hanging a few balls on it. Right? Because we don't want it fancy. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to wrap this around here, nothing fancy, and that's going to be it for this. So wrap this around. Fancy dancy. And now I'm just going to take a couple of these red Christmas balls and put them on there. And these are from Dollar Tree. If I can get in them. Of course, they don't want you they really don't want you to get into them, right? Let me see if I miss any questions, you guys. Laurie's there. Okay, so here we go. So they give you this stuff that you have to put on yourself, which I'm not sure. Do you all have the patience to do that? Do you? Like, I don't know about that. I'm thinking, not a great idea, people. At least you could put the strings on for us, right? So I'm not going to put the strings on all of these probably because I'll be here like all night putting these strings on, but let's just see what we got here. So there's a string. So if we just start putting these on our tree. You guys, I can't ship this. Oh, this is going to be good. So I'm just going to see if these will just go over the ball things here like this. Yeah, they will. They'll just hang from there like that for now. And then I will go on and put the strings on these, you guys, off camera because, you know, that would be a little painful. I'm just saying. And we're just going to do a few of them here, a few of them there. Just enough to say that we have a little bit of a decorated tree, right? Because we said we don't want it fancy. Uh-oh, that came off. I'm going to put that back on. So for now, I'm just going to do the front, and then you can see the front, and then I'll do the back off camera. I'm not going to use the gold ones. All right, let me clear the spot here. I think we're done with this. Let me clear this spot so that you guys can see what I've done here. And it looks like it's pretty good, so I'm kind of liking it. All right, I'm going to back up the camera. Let me back this down. Let's back this up. Okay, I'm trying to clear it so that you can actually get an idea of what this looks like. Okay, so we've used a candy cane board and a small flower board on this, and this is kind of what it looks like, this tablescape. Let's get this out of the way. There it is. There's your tablescape right there. And here's the back. Here's the back. Oh. cute is that, right? So these are made off 2 boards. 2 boards. How cute is he? So cool, right? So that was the candy cane board, the cane board, and the small flower board. And I will go back and I will start hanging these up with the gold things later. And we'll get all the ribbon together and all the poinsettias beautiful. And that's kind of my vision for our winter tablescape, you guys. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs up if you like it. Give me some hearts and some thumbs up if you love this. How beautiful did this turn out? Super, super beautiful. Super, super beautiful. Right, yay! Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I had a great time putting this together. Next time we'll do something a little simpler so you guys can follow along a little bit better. But I do appreciate you sticking with me to do this. I know it took a little bit longer, but it turned out super good. It was worth the wait. So I'll see you in 2 weeks, you guys, on a Tuesday night at 6:30. In the meantime, go follow my page, Kathy Dyer Wreaths, and we'll see you all on there. And everybody have a great night and happy Halloween and a great couple weeks. Good night, everybody.